Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Kinlaig. And a very happy new year to every single one of you. Thank you all for being here. We're back on the farm. We got Gramps behind us. Mr. Romeo's floating somewhere. There he is. Good to see Romeo. Just like it's good to see every single one of you jumping into the stream. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you all. Hey, he wants to do some climbing on his house, I guess. Very, very stout, strong, athletic dog, I guess. So yeah, we're back here right where we left off in the last episode. We just got done with the baling. We've got everything down there. We need to go and pick those bales up. Our harvester is right there. And as our description says, our canola is 1 month from being ready. So we should be able to harvest that here next month. We can just go there. Let's go ahead and give it a visit. Growth stage 8 of 9. Everything looks great in this field of canola. pH, nitrogen. Yeah, we should be looking good. We got our soybeans right here. Still needs a few months to go, and we did not roll any of our fields this year. You know, I decided to forego the rolling, you know. Change things up. Normally I would roll the fields up. Farm Roland, welcome in. Good to have you here, buddy. There is one thing that we need to go take a look at. Let's go up to our castle here. I want to see... Oh, yeah, that's right. We were waiting for some roofing shingles in order to start working on the next stage of the castle. And it's looking pretty good so far. Got some gigantic beams across the top there. Taking a look again. Let's go to our... See if I can remember where it's at. Right here. Stonemason. So if we come around the corner, yep, nothing's prepared for us. We won't get anything until next month, which I am absolutely fine with. You know, like I said, we're playing the game. We're doing it how it's... how it provides the materials for us, so can't complain with any of that. So yeah, let's go ahead and head back up to the farm. See what we got up here. We do have a bunch of wood that we can take care of. Let's see how much. We need 6,000 liters. So how close was that? No, that was about 4,000. 3,500. So let's do another chunk here. About that much. And it's a little too heavy for me, but you know, if we grab a crowbar, a log roller, we can definitely give it a little shove. Which, you know, that would be one of the cool options, you know. If you're sitting there logging to help maneuver logs, you would have a log roller or a long crowbar-esque style piece of material to help move the lumber around. So that should give you a little bit of an advantage for moving logs around and things like that. Give you some extra strength bonus. That would be something cool. So any of the modders out there, see if you could do a log rolling style piece of equipment. It would be just like the fishing pole or something like that. You would equip it, and then it would give you like 5 times modifier for your strength for moving logs around. I think that would be cool. So yeah, let's oh, last episode also, I just noticed this. We did get our flour mill all set up. We do have our oil mill ready to go for the canola. And the outputs for these, it's going to be a little lower than I was thinking. 20 canola to 10 oil, 48 cycles a month. So we get, every other month we're going to get a pallet of oil. I mean, there are worse things out there. We only had to spend, what was it, like 38,000 for these 2 different mills. The flour is a little faster, 22 by 48. Let's see, do the math on that. So I think that's 1 pallet a month. 22 times 48. Yeah, 1,056. That's 1 pallet a month. So, I mean, we're not in this to make tons and tons of money, but at the same time, and that's another one of those things that I was, let's go back to our available section here. Let's go ahead and visit the fish food. It costs $270,000 to buy this thing. We need to work on getting some money. Now, we can do it, a couple of different ways. We can do it with contracts. There's some cultivating contracts out there, some harvesting, plowing, wood transport. And that one's actually it's straight south of us, so it wouldn't be that hard to go grab that. Not straight south of us, it's kind of southeast. But it is on the main road. The wood was over here somewhere. We got to take it up to the sawmill. So we could do that and then grab that, use that truck to get some more lumber put into our wood chip sawmill so we can get the wood chips. Which that might be a viable option for getting the fish food processing plant. I'm thinking we might do that anyway, just to change things up, because, the spraying, I really don't want to spend our material for spraying these contracts. Ooh, we can do this plowing one. I think that's a bigger plow. We'll let AI work on that. The vegetable harvesting, not interested in doing. Again, the fertilizing, cultivating. So let's go ahead and we'll borrow the items for this guy, and we'll get AI going for that. Or maybe we'll do this one ourselves. I'm not sure yet. But I do want AI to do the plowing contract. So we'll get this up and out of the way. Just park it right there. And we'll hit the plowing. We'll definitely borrow the items for this guy. And it's right around the corner from the shop, so... Yeah, we got the 8330 icon. And we can only do 3 contracts at a time. And we'll give that a fold. Then we'll go to field number 8 for the plowing. Yeah, I cannot remember if I added the mod to this playthrough for doing more contracts. You know, I'm not that worried about it. I think we're just gonna stick to the 3. We'll get this in here, get it started. AI workers doing their thing, and now we'll go up and we will do the contract for the cultivating. Oh yeah, that machine. I gotta return that. It's all right. I just did not like having, you know, it just didn't fit my style. Let's put it that way. And we did lease it, so we'll just have to return that real quick. Okay, and this one, we'll bounce and bounce over the speed bumps. We just mowed that field too, and now it's telling us that we've got to plow it up or cultivate it. How dare we mow it and then have to cultivate, you know? Apparently they don't like having excess grass laying around. And this tractor will spin on a dime. How many fields do I own? I own the original 4 that come with the starting farm. So if I just come into here, yeah, we just own the original. I mean, technically it's 5 with the cattle pasture, but 1, 2, 3, 4. So we only have 4 viable fields. One of them is definitely grass for the animals. And we could get to a point where, you know, at the end of this season, if we have enough grass in storage, we could do what we're doing here on this field. Cultivate it up and then convert it over to another crop for the summertime, and then in the fall, if we're running low, then we replant it back to grass. But I think we might get a little bit more out of making silage and selling silage off. We do have that nice bale wrapper baler combo. How much is silage here on this map? I haven't even looked. 122, 120. Okay, that's pretty normal. And if we do something like TMR, okay, because it's a Giants map, you know, from them, the price of TMR is actually not as beneficial as it is on some other maps. AKA Waseca County, AKA Louisiana, AKA Alma, Missouri. If you haven't played those maps and want to get into the TMR silage production, definitely get into it. You can make some good money on those. Oh, thank you. Oops. And I thought I had GPS selected. There we go. But I think for us, I mean, we'll do some silage bells. We'll definitely do that. But I think we'll get into the wood chip production, because that's something I've never really, I've done wood chips on other maps. Don't get me wrong, I love doing wood chips as just a kind of a supplemental income situation. But as far as a legit overwinter moneymaker, I've never done that. I'll plant a field of poplar and put it down, and then I think it's 13 months, you go and harvest the poplar, and you make your wood chips, and you sell it off in December, January time frame, something like that. So I think we might actually get into doing some wood chips on this map. We've got plenty of trees on our property. And if we really want to, we can do deadwood contracts and get all those logs converted over to wood chips. Because that's the nice thing about deadwood is once we cut those trees down, then we could actually keep those trees and do with them as we see fit. The amount of wood chips that you get out of them, though, it's a bit on... I mean... I think, what is it, like 2,000 liters of wood per deadwood tree? I think is what you get normally. So we could do that, and if I can't remember what the conversion rate from wood liters to wood chips is, but we could definitely do some experimentation with that. Okay, looks like the plow is not... Oh, they are working. And I was just, contemplating on do I or don't I, just to get the contracts done. We have what is it? I think this plow on our farm, it requires 210 horsepower. I mean, if we want to really get through plowing contracts, we should buy this guy. Let's see what we got. Okay, so still no additional... There's only the one deadwood contract. It's 10 trees, which is it's still a decent amount of trees. So yeah, I think this go around, with 10 trees, it would be worth it to fell all the trees ourselves and then take that logging truck up there and grab those trees and take them to our wood chip sawmill. I think we'll do that. So while I'm thinking of it, let's go ahead and we will do this. We will borrow the items for this contract. So we're up to 3 contracts, and as soon as I turn around, we'll try to grab a 4th one, which I do not think will work. But we'll find out here in a second. Okay, we don't want to borrow the item. We just want to accept the contract. Yep, we already have the 3. So we have to get done with the cultivating contract here. And then we will go and take care of the deadwood. And I forgot to turn GPS off there for the turn. Yeah, it's the only downside of having maximum of 3 contracts available is the need for, you know, using equipment on other contracts, you know. Like if we were to see another cultivating contract, then we could use the equipment from this one for the next contract. But then again, I mean, we're still locked at 3, so we have to sit there and play that management game of which contract do we get rid of or complete so that we can do other contracts. And this contract is finished, so we're not that far away from the shop. We'll drive this back, deliver it. And like I said, this thing is squirrely. And I'm driving the wrong direction. Don't see no train coming. Catch a little air over the train tracks. And then something just popped into my brain. You know, we got these deadwood contracts, you know, and of all the maps that I've gone to for doing any sort of lumber, Alma, Missouri, Waseca County, Louisiana, you know, any of those maps, if you have, what is it? I think it's a contract boost. That, you know, another mod just for PC. If you have that one installed, you can set the amount of contracts that you get for doing different things. So for fertilizing, you can have up to like 20 contracts available, or the number of fields on the farm or on the map. Deadwood and the wood transport are generally locked at 5. And it's not to say that the map has only 5 locations on it, but some maps like what is it? Trying to think here. Elm Creek. The newest one from Elm Creek 25, I think is what it's called. It's got like 8 or 9 different locations that you can go to for doing wood transport. So as we go through and do this, you know, like the deadwood here, we're going to look around that area to see if we can locate a message in a bottle. So, you know, we got a little sidetrack there. You know, we'll go ahead and collect this guy. Mission was collected. Now we'll go up there and we'll just accept this contract. And since we're up here, we're going to go ahead and get rid of that vehicle. The Pottinger. Return that back. So we'll come over here, we'll grab our truck. You know, we always zoom out just a little bit. And then I want to see where we go. Oh yeah, that's right. It's not that far away from us. So, you know, when we come over here, we'll definitely look around the entire area. I can't remember if I've been to this farm location here at 69. Or structure. You know, whatever it is. So we'll run around the forest a little bit and we'll take a look at things. See if we can find any bottles just kind of floating around, set up against a rock or a building or something. And you know, just as a clarification, I still have not gone to look for any of the locations. So we have found, so far, I think it's 6 of them now. Excuse me. We have found, you know, 5 or 6. I think it's 6 on our own. Could be 5. I can't remember. So we'll take this direction here. We get the gypsy wagon. Alright, we do see the first tree up yonders. And since there's this structure here, we'll take a... I think I have looked at this place before. But it never hurts to look in the building again. You know, I'm not seeing anything here, but that doesn't mean that it's not. Okay, so let's check out this one here real quick. And we could be looking at places again that we've been to. I am kind of looking in these windowsill areas just to see if there isn't a bottle propped up there, you know? Make sure to look around the wood pile. Okay, well, I don't see any here. Alright, back to our deadwood situation. Okay, we got our first tree. We're gonna, I think, send it that direction. And of course, we did not cut that down properly. But what we can do is, from this end, we can go up. And 5 meters seems to be about the best size for loading onto our truck. So we'll go ahead and get these chopped down. Oops, always the wrong button. And then we crouch. Let's go ahead and delimit. Now, some of these pieces... Okay, we can't grab that one, but we can grab that one and this one here. So we're just going to go ahead and take them up to the road. And that is correct. I do not have super strength turned on yet. And we got to see if we can get past... Oh, there's the opening for the fence. We'll just drop that right there. Grab the next piece. So I think the trees, we need to cut about 5.3 meters. 6 meters is right at the max limit for this this truck combo. So I think if we cut them about 5.2 meters or so, then that should be plenty of length for being able to... What am I trying to say? Get these logs down to four manageable pieces. Okay, one side down. Just double check this side. Okay, that one's good. And then... Yeah, let's do 5.3. Sure. Okay, and then this one here. There we go. The big thing is I just want to make sure that we can pick up the last two pieces of log. Be able to move those ourselves. Put it into our pile here. We can't move those ones by hand unless we turn super strength on. But we'll get the truck back here and we'll get these picked up. Alrighty. .3 5.3 and then a 5.3 and a 5.8 it look like. Alright, so these two we should be able to pick up. And the next ones are right here. Alright, let's go ahead and get these 3 logs all gathered up here. Let's see if we can pick all these up in one shot. Hey, look at that. Look at that. You know? There's actually good grapple, too. I mean, our grapples are, you know, pretty close, yeah. That's what, 6 pieces there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And yep, like I said, 5 meters is kind of the perfect length for this truck. You know, if we just get out and take a look, we could probably do 6 meter lengths, but you know, we're kind of pushing it there. All right, so let's go ahead and we will strap those down. We'll just drive on in. All right, we better close that up because I think we're a little high centered here and the outriggers are not helping. There we go. And we'll just come on up. We should be able to get both of these trees from this location here. And as you can see, those are 5.3 meters, and they're good length. So we'll get this one here. Not hit the outrigger. And there we go. And that one's still got a little bit of a log piece to it, but that'll be fine. Okay, so let those settle, and let's go find a couple more trees. Looks like we got 3 of them all right here. Okay. So, what direction do I want to send this? I think about that direction there. Okay, that'll work. Okay, and then this one, we're just try to send into the same area. There we go. I guess while we're here, we'll take care of these ones. Okay. Okay, that's that one. And there we go. Now, can I shove it? I can. There we go. That'll help us a little bit, so that way we only have to grab one in a pile. There we go. All right, let's grab our truck here. Let's see if we can find our way around without having to fold the outriggers. Stuck on something. Must be the stump. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can grab that one there and get it repositioned. There we go. Okay, and I think that's all the pieces from those three. Now on to, I think we got 4 left. Yep, 60% done, so let's take a look around down toward the south. Okay, so I am not seeing any that direction, so we got to go north. And there's 1 and 2 and 3. We'll go ahead and drop this one. Hopefully that's close enough. Nice. And that one is going to lay right on top of it. That's perfect. And there we go. Let's go ahead and chop these into pieces. So let's try 5.4 meters. There's 5.4. Nope, let's not lose it. And there we go. Let's grab this one here. This is going to be nice out and in the open. Kind of cheat the logs around if you use another one to push on them. Okay, and where's the fourth one? The fourth one's right there. So let's go and let's get these ones loaded up. Yeah, we left a couple of branches on that one. That's no big deal. Okay, it looks like the fourth one just kind of rolled off, so we just pick that one up by hand. Then we'll fix that one as well. Come on. There we go. Okay, this one... Yeah, I think we've gone around this place here. So let's send it. I mean, it doesn't really matter where we send it to, so that direction. Nope. There we go. Alright, let's get this back to our farm. So we can officially put 10 logs on here. We can get, I think, 11, maybe 12. We stacked them up pretty good. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you all had a wonderful holiday time off, if you had any time off. Spending Christmas with family and friends, and the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Alright, so that's unloaded. Let's go back over here. I don't know why we're going through our farm. Let's go over here. Okay, and it's going to be up here on the right, and there it is. So we're going to go ahead and start the unfolding process right now. I'm going to get a little bit closer. Alright, let's take a look around over here. I want to say I've been around this entire building before. Yeah, this is the stonemason. We've been around it. And there we go. See, I can't remember if I've been in here and looked around. Well, it doesn't look like anything's around here. Alright, let's get this back to the farm and we'll see if we can get a couple of trees taken care of on our farm. Let's go this way. Since that plowing contract's still going. That's why I don't like those types of plows. It's just they're so slow on, you know, you got to stop, reposition the plow, start up again. Takes a while to get oriented. And we'll pass on the left. But right now, we don't have the horsepower to run the Lizard MT at 12 meters. Not even the 6 meter plow we can run. Excuse me. Because I think the highest horsepower tractor we got is the New Holland at 280 horsepower. And I think the 6 meter Lizard runs at 300 minimum. Yeah. As long as I can stop from hitting stumps. or other trees. Let's see if we can get one more. How about that one right there? What do we got in here? 34,000 liters of wood. That big guy's staying. Kiwi Sim Farmer, welcome in. We're just doing some logging on our farm currently. You know, borrowed equipment, we don't care what the condition is when we return it. The quick and dirty way of logging, you know? Not exactly the prim and proper. Well, since we kind of got that one to split between, I guess we'll see if we can get that one. Oh, we missed it. Rats. Go for a little ride here in the crane. Rental cars are the best. They jump curbs without a problem and can sit on the RPM red line all day long. Yes! Speaking of RPM deadline, or RPM red line, I had a situation last night during our New Year's Eve festivities. You know, we went to bed at, you know, the typical midnight thing, you know, and all that stuff. Kiss your loved one and, you know, whatever the case may be. Well, there was an individual that decided that right at midnight that they were going to redline their car. And hearing that type of vehicle go off at midnight, and I swear it was right outside my door. It hurt the ears. Saved it. Yeah, we're trying to get our wood chips built up in supply so that we can make some money off of them. And just kind of drive that forward a little bit. There we go. And we're also kind of just waiting for that plowing contract to get done as well. Then we'll advance to August. And locked her in. I think we just will take this one in because it's about ready to fall off. One of these fine months I'll also go through and do some stump clearing. Excuse me. Nope, 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 nope. Wanted to be on the other side of that one. There we go. And this is like, you know, of all the different logging vehicles I've used, I love this truck for its four-wheel drive capability. It's a pretty solid truck. It was a rice burner, you know, like a Subaru WRX or something like that, from all I could tell just from listening inside my house. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, it was bad. He didn't blow it up, but it was that sound. I was just like, oh my gosh. I know he was trying to mimic fireworks going off, things like that, but it's like, come on. Which we did have fireworks going off at that time as well, so. It was not a good supercharged V8, let's put it that way. Ah! I missed it. Okay, I guess we'll just take these two in. I wanted to get a third one. What's the term? Stack them up like cordwood? How many more can we put on here? I think that'll be good. Maybe. If I can drive, see where I'm going. There we go. And I still hit the tree. Alright, I think we got a lot of wood in there. You know, we're sitting at 100, yeah, we'll be about 200,000 liters of wood chips. I think that'll be alright for now. So, let's take a look at our contract here. It's still not done, 94%. Fertilizing, harvesting, yep. I think we're about done. As soon as, we'll just mess around a little bit more until that contract's done. So we'll just keep grabbing some trees. Well, that's a bummer. Let's see if we can do something here. I don't know if it's going to work, but there we go. I grew up when if you wanted a fast car, you had a V8. Australia, New Zealand had some great V8s. Yeah. I'm not dogging the Subarus or any of the Nissans or any of that type of stuff. You know, it's just not a noise that I associate with horsepower. You know? They're great cars, mind you. It's just not my style. And that contract is done. Let's grab one more tree here. Ah, bummer. You know what? We're going to do this just to get rid of this one because we are done for the harvesting on the month. There we go. Okay, so those contracts are done. Spinach, yeah, we're not doing any of those. Rock removal. Okay. Vehicles was removed. Kea stopped working. Well, I hope she would. Okay. That's right. I put all of our wheat or whatever it was. Or was it oats? I think it was oats. In here. Yep. Excuse me. So, with it being 1:45 p.m., I think we're good on contracts for now, for the month. We got plenty of wood and wood chips in here. We're waiting on shingles at the castle. Let's just go ahead and get to the month of August. Okay, what vehicle was on sale? Ooh, a little Fiat truck. It's even a right-hand drive truck. But I don't have the money for that. I don't have the money. Yeah, we got the Fent version of this one. Okay. So, let's go. Say hi to Mr. Romeo. There you go. Let's check on the animals. Okay, they're doing good. They got 4,000 liters of food. Let's go ahead and finish off what we got for TMR here. Okay, so they're just over half full. We'll have to get this loaded up. Let's check on the wood situation. Okay, so we should be able to get push that entire log in. There we go. And I think we'll need another log for doing for filling that. Well, that was 10,000 liters. Wasn't too bad. Let's go ahead and get the wood chips loaded up for them. That way they can continue to make us all those planks and wood beams and stuff. We only need about 14,000 liters of wood chips, because we need this trailer for our canola harvest. There we go. Ooh, 945. It would be hard pressed to try to get any closer to 14,000. Okay, and we are going to... Yep, all we need is roof shingles, so we'll go and get those loaded up. And then as soon as we get those, whatever we got over there at the stonemason, we'll get going on our canola harvest. As you can see, it is ready. I don't know if this way's faster. You know, I've looked around this bridge down low, but I've never looked at it from up high. And yes, I am blocking traffic. See, it's on the map of Hooten Pantai that makes me want to look up higher on these bridges to see if there's like, you know, a little ledge. Because the glowing orbs on that map, they have there's one on a ledge off the train bridge. Alright, what do we got over here? Looks like about a half a production's worth of stuff. So we only got 2 shingles out of there. Which means the production output halved when we activated them both. We got plenty of big stones in there. So I think we're going to go ahead and deactivate the castle stone for this month. Because we only got half of what we needed. And the castle should be supplied up for a month or 2 on castle stones. And the last time I looked at the quarry, we had plenty of water. We haven't even gone through like half of the 5,000 liters. So we're still good on that. I will check though in the next month or so. And way to go, Greyhound. Sunflowers are looking pretty right now. So we made about 8,500 bucks on that load. And a typical hobby corner fashion, YOLO off the cliff. Let's do to the right of this boulder. There we go. Nailed it. I didn't want to get caught up in that Greyhound mess back yonder.
Would you mind taking Titan out?
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
I've got to do some dog walking here in a minute. Tend to my own personal Romeo dog. So we're going to get a contract set up. Hopefully there's something that we can do here real quick. Looks like Noah's watching what we're doing. I think that was Noah, or maybe it was David. Yeah, David. That was David. We don't want Noah. No. Okay. So, what can we do for a contract? We got a baling, deadwood, harvesting, carrots, more carrots, onions. Ooh, big boy plowing. That money's hard to pass up, but right now I think we're just going to borrow borrow the items for this one. And we're going to change things up a little bit with this mower. We're going to set it up in the front, and then we'll put the weight on the back. Come on, let's line up a little better. There we go. And we'll get this taken over to the field real quick. And good thing it's not that far away from us. And it's this field to the right. And let's go ahead and we'll get the AI selected for this, and I'll be right back, everybody. Give me 5 minutes or so. Alright, we are back. So we're going to come over here and we're going to start our own harvesting. Let's get our canola going. I think there was plenty of water in there. Let me double check the water. Yep, they got just under half of their water supply, so we're good for this month. Almost confused myself. I didn't think the entrance was over here for a second. Okay. And we should be set up for straw swath. And then when we get full on the harvester, we'll have to go grab our tractor and bring it over here with the trailer. And then while we're, in fact, I'm going to change this up just a little bit. We're going to do the baling job as well. We'll get that done sometime. I just want to double check. This is all vegetable. But we're going to do the plowing job with this guy. So we're going to borrow the items. However, we got $37,000. That changes it to $19,000. The color, we can keep that color. Just because I like this for doing contracts, it gets them done super fast. We're going to zip up there. We're going to get that contract going. Yeah, I mean, these guys, they're not bad. It's just, especially around some of the fields that we got, I'd rather have this Lizard MT. So we'll keep this up here for doing any of the plowing contracts. Man, that just looks small on this tractor. But something tells me I didn't get the 12 meter. Yeah, I got the 9 meter. So let's go ahead, we'll change that to 12. There we go. And that's at 27. So we'll get that going, and then we'll come back and we'll do our harvest. Okay, just want to make sure there wasn't another mowing contract. We will do this other plow. And it's with the small guy. But we'll get that one going. We'll do the baling. Like I said, we'll do the baling one. We'll just hold on any of that. Alright. Back to our harvest. I think I'll need to actually put some lime down in these fields now, because I did not do that before the harvest, or before, at planting time, So I thought the lime would be good enough, but looks like we're a little bit shy. In fact, let's just go here. We'll take a look at our lime situation. I mean, it does not look bad. I mean, it says we're perfect, so we're good. Maybe we did lime. I forget. It's just our yield is not where we want it at. %98 is still nothing to sneeze at. It's actually pretty good. Considering we didn't roll, we didn't do the mulching. Oh, there's 122, 123. So yeah, this... What is the soil comp? Oh, yeah, that spot. Yeah, the loamy sand. That's why. So it looks like we'll be able to get around the field one more time. Try not to drive over our hedges. Yeah, if we had that big plow on that John Deere, we'd probably be at like 4 or 5% done. That's why I love those subsoilers. That subsoiler MT. Oh, JCB. Okay, I was like, what JCB Agri Pro is that? What is that tractor? That's our telehandler. That's what that is. Yeah, we got like every one of our pieces of equipment still turned on and doing something, just running. It's like, no, I don't want to go diagonal yet. Yeah, anybody that's here, thank you all for watching. I'm glad to have you all join the channel tonight. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and write down your question, and we'll see if we can get it answered for you. I do like to help people out on their farming sim games. If you're having an issue with a particular mod or anything like that, you know, just reach out. We'll try to get it figured out for you. I have actually in the past, you know, last week and weeks before, have stopped the stream to figure something out for somebody. Last week was one of the cow barns here on the map, trying to figure out where to put the straw. So we stopped what we were doing and assisted that individual with figuring out what we needed to do. Oh, since I got the auger out, I'll turn my flashers on. Even though it's just us running the farm. There's our 8,000 liters. Alright, let's go grab you know what? Let's just start turning our vehicles off. The only vehicle I didn't have turned on was my Fent favorite. and my Skoda. But for as little as we drive the Skoda, I'm coming, Massey, I'm coming. We'll get you unloaded here in a minute. Don't tell me the combine turned off. It did. Which makes absolutely no sense. I left it turned on. One of the things I'm curious about, you know, what is our... Oh, we can sell our Skoda for $45,000. Because we had this guy here for 55 that I think would just look cool on this farm. I think that one would just look cool on the farm. What do you guys think? Should we buy that Fiat truck? Should we get rid of the Skoda and buy the Fiat? I am going to check one thing out, though. Can we take a loan? We cannot. So I would have to sell one of my vehicles in order to buy that right now. Should I do it? Think I'll make it? I hope so. Better turn on all the stuff. But I think I will go and grab that tractor and get this unloaded. Surprised it didn't raise the head up. So that's about 16,000 liters of canola so far. We'll probably get around 26,000 altogether. That's just an estimated guess. Just wanted to make sure that little overhang was taken care of. The way things are going, it doesn't look like we're going to hit the 24,000 liter mark. I think we're going to be short. Will we hit 7,000 liters? 67. 68. Nope. 69,016 liters. Yeah, we won't even hit 23,000 liters. $22,865. Alright, I guess we'll back this beast up. And then we'll come and get the baling done. Let's see, we can fold that up. And silly me, forgot to put the header on the trailer. I was like, let's just go ahead and get this thing. Okay, there she goes. And there we go. We'll get this put right into the oil mill. $22,866. Yeah, we got to deal with that wool as well, so we'll figure out what to do with that. Hey, we got a pallet of flour. Nice. And then we'll come into here for our production. Oil mill. Oh, we can only hold 9,000 liters. Okay. Let's go ahead and activate that. We're going to keep it to storing. Alright, so we'll put the rest of this into one of our silos. Well, storage barns, I guess. And we'll go this way around. Oops. Alright, time for some baling. And it's a good thing we got straw in here, so we're set to go for that. Okay, just making sure we're on the largest size of bale. Oh, gotta do that. The automatic drop that turns off every single time. And yes, that was intentional. I wanted to make sure to keep that bale out of the way of these strips here. That way I don't hit them when I'm turning around. And we're doing the same thing with this one here too. We're going to hold on to it until we get onto the long straightaway here.
What time, baby?
I'm trying to finish this up to 20 minutes or so.
Okay. Come on, Titan. Come on, buddy.
And we're going to try to drop all the bells in a line right down here. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we'll try it. And we'll drop that. That way I'm not driving all over the field. I can just bring my trailer in and go down one line and pick them all up. I mean, I do have to go up and get that bale to the left. Eight, 9. There we go. Well, so far it's working out. Excuse me. drop. There we go. And we'll drop. I wasn't paying attention. Go ahead and drop that one right there. No. Oh well. I thought I hit it. Eh. Tried to be all sophisticated and keep everything in one line, and yeah, botched it. We're gonna try something here. We'll just bring it down with us. Now, I wish I could unload that unfinished bale. For some reason, it's not working. Close enough. But in October, when we do our soybean harvest, we'll get that taken care of. And then, Mr. Potato, welcome in. We'll do our soybean harvest first. That way we don't waste the straw bales that's in there. Back on Kinlaig, yes we are. And we'll just go ahead and park our baler. Yep, Thursday nights are generally Kinlaig night. And disconnect. There we go. Now we'll go grab our bale trailer. We'll get all the bales gathered up. And then it's time to do a little fishing. I got back on Kinlaig and can't quit playing this map. Yeah, I like this map. It's really good. I mean, it's top 10. It's better than a lot of maps that I've been on. Sometimes I wish the fields were a little bit on the bigger side. Split the bales. You are actually... I mean, we're almost done for the night. So, yeah, you are, late to the party. Doink! Yeah, we just parked to buy another bale is all we did. There we go. Grab this one. There's Romeo. And that's all the bells in this field. But we are going to do something before we end the stream tonight. We're going to trade in a piece of equipment for something different, something old. Only because I think it's more fitting on the map to have older equipment than it is to have new stuff. I'm doing good. Oh, wow, we can go 4 high? Oh. That's going to be fun. Well, it'll be new to us. And I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you. I did talk about it, 20-30 minutes ago. But I'm going to park this right here. And we'll get those strapped in. Turn it off. And it's not that we need it. But the Skoda, it really doesn't fit the farm aesthetics. We're running, I mean, this is kind of like the newest piece of equipment along with the baler. But the rest of our stuff, I mean, that's an old style harvester. This is an old style tractor. All of the stuff that we're running is fairly old, and ever since I started the map, I'm just not... I'm not a person that likes having a car on the map. All we do is drive it around and we take it down to the boat dock for fishing, I want something that we can use. And I think I found something. It just happened to be in the used market. I mean, this Skoda is part of the starting equipment, so I mean, I just yeah, you can pull trailers with this car, but it's not a car for really doing anything. All it is, it's a car to get you around. That's all it is. But I want something that I think will fit the farm a lot better. So we'll just go ahead and kill that. I mean, it's got 1 hour on it. So we'll just go ahead and repair it for 20 bucks. We'll not repaint it. And bye-bye Skoda. But it's a nice little dump truck. So, do we want to change the license plate? I think an old 60s license plate ought to work pretty well for this thing. We'll put a 15,000 liter capacity box on it, and we can pull trailers. I like the old school red that comes with this. Yep, pastel red. I think that works pretty good. What's the flame red look like? It's a little brighter. But I think that pastel red... Yeah, I like it too. I think it just fits the farm. And it's right-hand drive. So let's go ahead and buy this. We got 56,000. We'll have 9,000 left over. We do have a couple of contracts that are complete, but we can't complete them yet. I need to keep the plowing contract open. I need to use that equipment for the next plowing contract. And here it is. We got ourselves an old school Fiat. I'm still not sure what the heck they did with the why it's got a left turn signal there and then a stop there. I don't know what the deal is with that, but oh, and that's we got to do this again. We got to do this again. We get into it. There we are. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. I love it. I love it. Oh, we even got a little sleeper back here. That's... And, what can we open? What did it open? Okay. I've got to do something here. Just hold tight. We're just going to drop our music out of here. And we're going back in the game. That horde. Oh my gosh. But I'm still trying to figure out what are we opening. Unless I don't know. Because I'm holding down the left bumper, I can open something. What is it? And I can't open anything on the outside. What is it that we open? I don't know. It's not doing anything, but let's hear what it sounds like. Oh, that's an old school diesel. Now we gotta go back inside to see if it does anything. Oh! The whatever, what does that say there? Freno moto accelerator. Those levers move right there on the dash. That's awesome. Let's go to town. Left side of the road and right drive. Oh, this is weird. This is so weird. That is so weird. Not gonna lie, this is freaking awesome. I love it. How fast can we get it? Oh, it only does 45, but yeah, that's fast enough. Doesn't handle the corners that bad either. Alright, left turn. Okay, that was a little wild there. My bad driving. Not a bad purchase is right. Let's see if we can tip it. I'm gonna hit this as fast as I can. Nope, we can't tip it. Darn it. Oh, this thing is... I was gonna end on fishing, but I think this is just fine for ending the stream. We got ourselves a new little truck that we will actually use this, you know, because there's stuff that we can drive around. We can put wood chips in this. We can put grain. I mean, we don't need to drive a trailer around all the time with a tractor. So yeah, we can definitely use this piece of equipment all the time. I'm so glad this popped up in the market. Yeah, that is, and I think it's fitting to come right to the train station to have the old school Fiat in the stream out for the night. Yeah, we're gonna have so much fun with this truck. It's yeah. I'm in love with it. I mean, I had an uncle that had an old school Ford that looked just like this. it was left side drive, but the tires, single axle, dump bed on it, cab over, yeah. Brings back so many memories. So yeah, we got ourselves a purchase. We didn't do the fishing tonight, but I think this was the cherry on top. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So yeah, thank you all for coming in tonight. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you like seeing this new old school truck on here. Like I said, we're definitely going to be using the tar out of this. We're gonna make sure that we put, you know, as many miles as we can on it. So thank you all for coming in. If you like the stream, please make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to continue to watch our episodes. And until tomorrow night's stream, I'm not sure what we're streaming tomorrow night. We'll figure it out before we hit that go live button. But until then, we'll catch you later. Bye, everybody.